Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Power Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday, November 26th, and we are back with some MAC football. Unfortunately, though, this is the last week we get during the weekdays. We have a Tuesday night matchups, no Wednesday night football. Hope we do have some Friday night MAC football as well. We're going to be looking at Toledo going up against Akron. Then we're going to look at Kent State going up against Buffalo. 2 game picks, only 1 player prop for tonight. Don't really love the player prop side, but I do love one play in particular. Before we get into that action, let's take a look at the Saturday games. I've got them right here in front of me. Indiana against Ohio State. Indiana was probably out of it until all of the chaos in the SEC happened, but Indiana did lose significantly. Ohio State put up a garbage time touchdown, but Indiana, too many mistakes. I think it was 24-7 at one point, 31-7 at one point. But yeah, Indiana, maybe not as good as I thought they were. Arizona State -3 dominates BYU in the first half, then storm the field, 1 second left. BYU gets a Hail Mary, doesn't matter. Arizona State wins -3. Army against Notre Dame. Army sucks. It was 14-7 at one point. After the worst possible start you can get, 3 and out. Notre Dame scores, block punt, Notre Dame scores. Then the Army went on the Army drive, 14-7. But they just couldn't stop Notre Dame, so that one did lose. Florida wins outright against Ole Miss. Nebraska gets a win in the Garbage Bowl going up against Wisconsin, bowl eligible. And then Colorado loses to Kansas. So the Big 12 is an absolute mess right now. It's looking more and more likely that a Big 12 team will not get in. If Arizona State loses in the championship game, we might not see a Big 12 team in the college football playoffs. Props went 2-1. Devin Neal had 200 and 300 all-purpose yards, 4 touchdowns against Colorado. That one did cash over 92.5. We had Bryson Daly anytime touchdown hit in the first half. Loser was Trey Harris, had the 43-yard touchdown catch, was hurt right after that. So he went out in the first quarter. Probably would have hit his over if he didn't get hurt, but we'll take the 2-1 of the player props. Let's move on to some action in the MAC conference. We're going to be looking at the Rockets going up against the Zips. That's Toledo going up against Akron. There will be no more weekday MAC action after this besides the game on Friday, and there's no games tomorrow. So this is the last time I'm going to be talking to you until the Thursday game on Thanksgiving. This is a game that has no meaning, and because of that, I think Akron's very dangerous. I think Toledo might be done for the season because they lost last week going up against Ohio, a game that we had Ohio on the money line. They have no chance on the MAC title. They do have 7 wins in the season. That does make them bowl eligible. So what are they actually playing for in this game? This is coming down to how good do I think Akron really is. Can they cover this 8-point spread? I do not think so. I mean, we watched Akron play Kent State. That was like watching 2 junior varsity programs going head-to-head in high school. I don't think Akron's very good. I do think Toledo has a fantastic defense. That's probably going to be the difference. And I know that Akron doesn't have a defense. I don't know if Akron also has the coaching to make adjustments going up against Toledo. We saw Ohio make all kinds of second-half adjustments. They did most of their damage in the second half. Actually, they did all their damage, right? I don't think they scored any points in the first half. They scored 24 in the second half. I'm going to take Toledo, -8. I think we're going to get discount line. I really do. -8. I think the bookmakers also know Toledo's not playing for anything. Akron been a little bit frisky over the last couple games. Got to win last week. I'm not buying it. I'm going to take Toledo here. They're the way better team on paper. Give me them -8 as the play. And for the next play, we're going to be looking at Kent State, 0-11 on the season going up against Buffalo. This is going to be an ugly game. Kent State had their chance to win last week going up against Akron. They failed. Now they've got to go up against Buffalo, who is the hottest team in this conference. They are rolling over everybody. This is a team who was not playing well about 5 weeks ago. They've been able to rattle off 4 wins over the last 5 games. They've been scoring 30-plus points in every game. Buffalo also goes for 2 after every score. Feels like that might screw us in the end in this game, but I just don't think it's going to matter. I think they're going to be at 50-plus points, and the 2-point conversions are not really going to matter for us. I'm going to take Buffalo here, -21 as the play. I've already talked about this team a lot this season. We took them last week going up against Eastern Michigan. They did win that game outright as an underdog. They're still playing for a title game, and they do need a lot of help because they're going to have to play either Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green, or who's the other team at the top? Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green, or Ohio. Yeah. The problem is Ohio plays Ball State last game of the season, and they're -15.5. So if Ohio wins that game, they're in. The other problem is Miami, Ohio, and Bowling Green go head-to-head, which is technically a little bit better for Buffalo because you don't want both of them playing a bad team. So the winner of that Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green game will be in the title game. Ohio needs to beat Ball State to get in the title game. So Buffalo definitely needs Ohio to lose that game. I don't think that's going to happen, but technically there is still a chance that Buffalo can make the title game. I think they're putting up 50-plus points in this game. I'd love to confidently say that we're going to see the starters play the entire game, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Buffalo is going to be up by 35-plus points in the third quarter. Kent State's done on the season. They fired their head coach. I thought they might get a coach's bump 2 games ago. They looked even worse. Buffalo's the play here, minus 21. And for the player prop, again, I'm only going to be taking one player prop. Don't love anything in that Toledo game. Not entirely sure who we're going to see in the Toledo game. Again, it has no meaning for either side. I do think Toledo's the better team. They're going to play good defense, but there's just nobody I'm in love with over there on the player prop side. I am in love with this one. A.J. Henderson to go over his total rushing yards. He went for 85-plus rushing yards last week. He's been a bell cow for Buffalo over the last couple of weeks, and that's why they're then putting up 30-plus points per game. He's going to go for 120-plus yards in this one pretty easily. I really didn't like anything in that Toledo game. Like I said, I'm going to pass on those plays, but this is a player prop that you have to play. I do think Buffalo is going to be up by a lot of points in this game, probably because they're just going to give the ball to Henderson every single play. Kent State, they're giving up more rushing yards than they are passing yards this season. They give up nearly 550 yards per game. 270 of that is coming at the hands of running backs or running quarterbacks. This is by far the easiest matchup Buffalo's had all season long. They will be able to establish the run. They're probably going to score 40-plus, 50-plus points in this game. Henderson, he's been eating recently as well. He's had 20-plus touches in 3 consecutive games. He's gone for 85-plus yards in 3 consecutive games. If they give him the ball in this game, if they give him 20-plus touches, he might go for 200-plus rushing yards. I'm assuming this play is going to be well above 100, so I'm going to say 120 for right now. But I'm going to take Henderson as the only player prop of the day over his total rushing yards as the play. Let's go over the recap graphic. We're taking Buffalo minus 21. They are absolutely rolling right now. Might take a look at the team total. If it's like 33 or 32 and a half, I might take a shot on that or over. But for right now, we'll go minus 21. Not entirely sure what the over-under is on that game, but we are going to take Toledo minus 8. I think they're going to play hard. The defense is going to play hard. Akron doesn't have a defense at all. I think there's just going to be Toledo shutting out Akron. We just need 10 points. So like the play there. And then L.J. Henderson over his total rushing yards going up against Kent State as the final play. Again, probably going to be 120-plus yards as that play there. Guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA football plays and props for Tuesday, November 26th slate games. So you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.